Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly build wealth while others stay stuck in the same financial struggle year after year? Here's the truth nobody talks about. It's not about waking up at 5 a.m., journaling every morning, or hitting the gym religiously. Trust me, I don't do any of those things consistently. I'm Andrew Meet Rich, and just 7 years ago, I was drowning in six-figure debt. I was that guy who avoided checking his bank balance, who felt physically sick every time a credit card bill arrived. I made every money mistake you can imagine: impulse purchases, emotional spending, living paycheck to paycheck despite having a decent income. I felt trapped, ashamed, and honestly, pretty hopeless. But here's what changed everything for me. I discovered that building real wealth isn't about perfect morning routines or superhuman discipline. It's about six specific mental habits that literally rewire how your brain thinks about money, failure, and opportunity. These habits took me from financial disaster to my first million by age 32. Today, I want to share these exact habits with you because here's what I learned the hard way. Your daily habits create ripple effects that compound over time. Just a 1% shift in the right direction can mean the difference between ending up rich or staying broke forever. Even if today's topic doesn't feel super relevant right now, the next habit I share could completely change your life. So hit that like button and let's dive into the real secrets of building wealth. Let me tell you about the most embarrassing job interview failure that actually changed my entire approach to money and success. Picture this. I'm 22, sitting across from this intimidating Wall Street executive, sweating through my cheap suit. I'd been chasing this competitive finance position for months, and I thought I was finally ready. Within 10 minutes, I could tell it was going south fast. The guy kept giving me these puzzled looks, like I was speaking a foreign language. Sure enough, rejection email the next day. But here's where most people would give up and blame the system, the interviewer, or their lack of connections. Instead, I did something that felt terrifying at the time. I emailed him back and asked point blank, "Why didn't you pick me?" His response was brutal but honest. "You smiled too much, sounded immature, and clearly hadn't done your homework on our company culture." It stung like hell. My ego was crushed. But instead of getting defensive, I wrote down every piece of feedback and used it to completely overhaul my next interview approach. After dozens more interviews and tons more brutal feedback, something clicked. I started landing interviews I never thought I'd get. Eventually, I snagged what became the sweetest job of my early career. That experience taught me the first millionaire habit that completely transformed my relationship with money and failure. And here's where most people get this completely backwards. Most people treat failure like a personal attack on their character. They try something once, it doesn't work, and they immediately think, "See, I'm just not cut out for this." But millionaires have a completely different relationship with failure. They treat it like free market research. Here's the mindset shift that changed everything for me. Failure isn't proof that you suck. It's proof that your approach needs tweaking. Ray Dalio, who built the world's most successful hedge fund, has a formula that I live by. Pain plus reflection equals progress. Think about it this way. If you're never failing, your goals simply aren't ambitious enough. You're playing it too safe. Every no you get, every setback you face, is actually the market giving you valuable feedback about what needs to change. When I was deep in debt, I tried probably 15 different side hustles that completely flopped. Most people would have seen this as evidence they should give up. But I saw each failure as data. The photography business taught me I hate dealing with bridezillas. The dropshipping experiment showed me I'm terrible at logistics. The freelance writing gig revealed I'm actually pretty good at explaining complex topics simply. That last insight eventually led to this YouTube channel and my entire career transformation. Here's your action step. Next time something doesn't go your way, ask yourself, what is this failure trying to teach me? Write down 3 specific lessons you can extract. Don't let pain go to waste. Let it become your progress. Here's habit number 2 that separates millionaires from people who stay broke. They plan their days around their goals, not the other way around. This might sound obvious, but most people do this completely backwards. Let me paint you a picture of how most people operate. They wake up, check emails, respond to whatever seems urgent, handle daily maintenance stuff, and then maybe, if there's time left over, they'll work on something that actually moves their life forward. This is why most people feel busy but never feel like they're making progress. Millionaires flip this script entirely. Every morning I sit down and ask myself one question: which tasks today get me closer to my actual goals? Those tasks get priority. Everything else can wait. Here's how I do this practically. Every year I write down my biggest goals, but here's the key. I limit myself to just 2 or 3 goals per quarter. Why? Because trying to chase 10 goals at once is like trying to dig 10 shallow holes instead of one deep well. You'll exhaust yourself and get nowhere. I use a simple system called Asana to track everything, but you could use a notebook, your phone, whatever works. The tool doesn't matter. What matters is connecting your daily actions to your bigger vision. Here's your reframe. Stop trying to squeeze goal work into leftover time. Instead, protect your goal time first, then handle maintenance stuff with whatever energy remains. This one shift alone can accelerate your progress by years, not months. The third millionaire habit that transformed my financial life sounds simple but goes against everything most people do. Learn insatiably from people who've already achieved what you want. Here's the problem. Most people's family and friends aren't millionaires, so where do you learn millionaire thinking? Books, mentors, courses, and sometimes working for free just to get access to the right mindset. Let me share a story that changed my entire investment psychology. When I was in my mid-20s living in New York, I met this real estate developer named Albert, who was buying and renovating buildings in Brooklyn. His company was small, but growing fast, and he needed help. Instead of negotiating salary, I offered to work for free. My friends thought I'd lost my mind. I was ready to wait tables at night if I had to, because I knew what I could learn from Albert was worth more than any paycheck. Albert taught me something my cash-hoarding family never could: how to see opportunity where others see fear. When I watch him pitch investors for deals, his confidence was magnetic. He didn't hope the deal would work. He knew it would because he understood the numbers. Fast forward to last year, I was driving through Vegas and came across some solid rental property deals. Because of Albert's training, I bought 3 properties in 1 month without hesitation. The numbers made sense, so I acted. Your action step: identify one person who's achieved what you want and find a way to learn from them. Don't be the person who says, "I already know this." Look, I've given you 3 powerful habits today, but here's what I want you to remember most. Becoming wealthy isn't really about the money. The day I hit 7 figures, I felt exactly the same. I still ate my usual $2 tacos for lunch. The real transformation happens in who you have to become to create that wealth. You have to overcome insecurities, rise above circumstances, learn constantly, and build habits that support the life you actually want. That journey, becoming the person who can build and keep wealth, that's what's truly valuable. Here's your next step, and this is crucial. Don't try to implement all 3 habits at once. Pick the one that resonated most with you and focus on improving just 1% each day. Maybe that's asking for feedback after your next rejection. Maybe it's planning tomorrow around your goals instead of your inbox. Maybe it's finding one mentor or one book that teaches you millionaire thinking. Habits don't form overnight, and that's actually good news. It means small, consistent actions compound into massive changes over time. I went from 6-figure debt to millionaire not through one dramatic moment, but through thousands of tiny decisions that aligned with who I was becoming. Don't wait for the perfect moment or perfect plan. Start with 1% improvement today. Your future wealthy self will thank you for every small step you take right now. And speaking of next steps, next week I'm revealing the psychology behind why smart people make terrible money decisions.